Boom! What's going on, you guys? This is Luke Pico coming to you guys today, out here in blazing hot California today. What's going on, champions? Hope everything's going well today. You know, you guys, today let's talk about how to control your mind, you guys. How to control your mind. How to control that mind control, you know? Because so many people get caught up in life, you guys, following negative patterns, following bad patterns. I talk about it all the time because, you know, that's the way people live. They live according to a pattern. All these different positive, negative patterns, but a lot of people don't recognize the power of controlling their own mind. A lot of people would like to believe that they're in control of their mind, that they have all this control over their mind and stuff like that. But if you actually study psychology, my friends, if you actually study how the mind operates, how the mind works, what we as people do and how we respond. And what you'll come to find out is that there's different areas of how your mind works, okay? In your mind, you have ideas, okay? That's the filter. Your brain is the filter. Information is always coming in from above. It's always coming in through all of our senses. You got sight, you got hearing, you got touch, you got taste. See, those are the different elements that we got. Our senses, what we smell, all that stuff, right? Those elements of everything comes in through these senses, okay? And a lot of people think that it's the way they feel is just based upon, they base all of their experience on their emotions, how they're feeling. How they feel inside. And that could be very destructive, because your emotions do not care. They do not care. They will make you do stupid things. People do all kinds of stupid things all the time based upon their emotions. People become drug addicts because of what the drugs do to their emotions. People become alcoholics because of what the alcohol does to their emotions. People smoke cigarettes because they need that hit of nicotine, because of what it does to their emotions. And that's why it's not wise to base all of who you are on your emotions. Because yes, we have them. Yes, they're real. Yes, we experience these emotions in our life and who we are as people. But when your emotions get out of control, what people wind up doing is they justify and they self-sabotage, usually themselves, their relationships, themselves, their health, their finances. You know, they make bad choices based upon wanting to feel a certain way, okay? And that's not controlling your mind. That's not having control over your mind. That is having very little control. That is basing everything that you do in life on your emotions. And a lot of people don't bring it to this awareness because a lot of people are not that aware, self-aware. Because personal development, I talk about this a lot, you guys, is about being self-aware. It's about developing awareness of who you are, of learning who you are, and learning to be the authentic you, to let that shine through. And most people, because they're caught up, man, they're closed, they're stuck in themselves, they're stuck in making bad decisions, they live in the past. A lot of people live in the past because they create a pattern, a negative pattern. And then they feel like, see, I'm always in bad situations. I'm always in this negative state. I'm always getting involved in these bad situations, you see? And that's not based upon controlling your own mind, you guys. That's based upon allowing your emotions to control you. Your mind is a filter. And the environment that you live in, everything that happens to you, all the things that go on in your life that happen to you, information's just coming in and coming in and coming in. And your emotions, you could view things as positive or negative, right? If something negative happens to you, it causes a chemical reaction in your body. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to get on that roller coaster because that's scary. It's scary to them, right? That's the kind of reaction in the body, the chemical reaction that your emotions, we create our own emotions. People create their own emotions, positive, negative. fear-based, confident-based. And we all experience these emotions because we're all humans and we all have these different levels of emotion, right? Love, positivity, courage, confidence, motivation, enthusiasm, fear, depression, okay? If you don't learn to keep those emotions in check and you allow those emotions to control you and to rule you, you will make all kinds of bad decisions in your life. You will make all kinds of decisions based on automatic, how you feel. That's not going to get you where you want to be in life, my friends. If you want to be able to control your mind and go in the direction that you want to go in life, you want to have a successful life, you want to be able to do things with your life, then it's important that you recognize, because your mind is like a filter, right? Information comes in all the time. And a lot of times what happens is it just stores it in your subconscious mind. Because you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. I'm always talking about this because it's powerful. Your subconscious mind takes in all kinds of information and it stores it in there. And you may not even recognize that it's coming in, my friends. You may not even recognize it. It's just coming in and getting stored. And then later on, people wind up bringing these thoughts up and these emotions up based upon past information, stored information. And that's why the music industry is so huge, because the vibrational frequency, the sound of the music, the rhythm, because it flows a certain way, that energy can flow into you. And a lot of times you can wind up singing a song you don't even know the words to. You may not even know the words to it, but you know that song because you've heard it a whole bunch of times, so you get that beat going inside of you. But if you actually pay attention to what's being said, then you start becoming more conscious, right? And that's huge, because then that's the difference between a conscious mind and the subconscious mind. You can make the choice to focus on the negative. When something negative happens, you can either put it in perspective. And what happens for most people, you guys, is they get information comes in to their mind, it filters it, and it stores it away. And it happens so fast that a lot of people don't recognize that they make a lot of their choices based upon how they feel versus, what am I telling myself? I'm controlling my mind. I'm going to put things in perspective. You have to be able to put things in perspective, because if you don't put things in perspective and you just allow your emotions to run wild, they will self-sabotage you. They will lead you down all kinds of negative roads. They will make you do stupid things. Stupid things. And it only hurts you. And so part of becoming more aware and more conscious and controlling your mind and controlling your emotions is to recognize when information comes in. Don't immediately respond to that information just based upon how you feel. You need to be able to consciously recognize when you're receiving that information, positive or negative, and then putting it in perspective. Putting it in perspective, right? You have to. Because if you don't put it in perspective, then it just controls you. Versus you taking full control of your mind and being the one who, controls yourself. That's why it's important. You guys, and that's why I wanted to create this video, because most people in society, they get frustrated at the smallest things. They get frustrated at their job. They get frustrated at the relationships. They get frustrated at because their kids aren't this way, and vice versa. The kids get frustrated. They don't know, especially today. You have more people nowadays getting on antidepressants, all kinds of chemicals to try to help balance a person's mind. But what you don't recognize is you're responsible. You're always responsible. It doesn't matter how unbalanced your mind is, because the more you don't control your mind, the more chemical reaction your body creates inside of you, which creates an imbalanced mind based upon all those emotions that are just out of control in your body that create chemical reactions. People who focus on always being sick, they're always sick. People who focus on always being mad, they're always mad. People who allow outer influences, outer information, outer circumstances, outer experiences, bad experience, past experience, whatever, they allow that to control them versus saying, you know what, I'm in control. I'm in control. I don't have to be that way. I'm in control. And then you can respond differently. And I'm telling you right now, my friends, that's powerful, because instead of having all those negative emotions, all those negative ideas that you're telling yourself, you learn to focus on the direction you want to go in life. A person who's always thinking a successful thought, a more positive thought, will always produce higher value. And that's another thing. You place value, your ideas, your mind is a filter. And if you want to focus more on the negative, you're placing more negative value into that side of things. When you want to focus more on the positive, you're placing more positive value on those ideas. And you're allowing that, because having those kind of ideas, those more positive ideas, those ideas that reinforce you, will give you back a more successful life versus somebody who is led by pure emotion. Because although our emotions are there and they make us feel good, right? We feel really happy when something positive happens. Oh, we got a raise on we're working at this job and we got a raise on our as an employee. It raises our energy because of what we think. And that creates the chemical to lift us up and feel good, right? Yeah, that's right. When somebody compliments you, we hear it, we receive that information, and what does that do? That makes us feel, oh, great. That lifted our spirits, that raised us up, that made us feel better, right? Right. But if somebody comes along and says, hey, you're dumb, you're this, you're that, you're pathetic, right away, as the receiver, you want to get negative, or you want to feel angry, or you want to get mad, and you want to get defensive, right? Versus, no, I know who I am, I'm grounded, I have confidence, I know what's up. What you said is irrelevant, because it doesn't have to come in and create the chemical reaction to make you feel a certain way, or respond a certain way, or act a certain way. Instead, you're grounded. You know who you are. You have more clarity and control over your mind. And that's and that's all based on becoming a master of your emotions. You have to learn to master those emotions, to control those emotions, to work through those emotions, that negativity you may have experienced in your life. And that takes challenging yourself. That takes teaching yourself. That takes coaching yourself, my friends. And it's an ongoing process. You never stop. You always work on controlling this thing. Because people who have been in horrible situations in life, in warfare, and all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm talking about where everything loses control in society. You know, wars, all this crazy stuff. The person who doesn't just give in to all those negative emotions and they control their thinking more, they have more control, they have more strength of mind, they have more understanding to make wiser choices, to apply the things that they're learning. You see, that's powerful, my friends. That is powerful. And when you bring it down to a basic level, where everyone in society, for the most part, is spoiled with technology, they're spoiled, but they're so spoiled that they feel this, they have this entitlement mentality, as if they're entitled to have all these things and to receive, and if they don't get it, they throw a fit. And that's why all these spoiled, it creates that weak mind. A lot of people, they give into those emotions, they self-sabotage, they do all this stupid stuff in their life to hurt themselves and other people. And then when they feel hurt because they didn't control their own mind, they make themselves feel more pathetic. They give in They feel more victimized. That is how people live, my friends. That is the truth. That is how the mind works. That is how we as humans work. And the difference is you can learn to control your mind. You can learn to master those emotions, you guys. I know, I've experienced this. I set myself on a journey. I've set myself on a journey through my life to learn mastery, to learn how to be a better person, to be somebody who is grounded, somebody who is confident. And it's almost like when you're born into a bad situation or you go through hard times, you have two choices. You have two choices in life. You can either sink, you could be thrown into the storm and you can sink, or you could decide to swim. You can decide to lay down and give up and lose, or you can decide to battle and get up and fight and work through whatever that is. And I'm telling you right now, one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had in my life is going through hard times. You know why? Because that challenge made me face who I was as a person. It made me face who I was as a person and decide whether or not I'm gonna make positive choices. I'm gonna learn from these lessons. I'm going to study. I'm going to apply my mind. I'm going to control my mind. I'm not gonna allow all these negative circumstances that I would feel at times. Oh, I feel like this because this happened. Oh, I feel like that. No, that's all outer. That's all comes from the outside world. I'm responsible. I'm 100% responsible. That doesn't mean negative things won't happen. Things will happen, but you are responsible. You're responsible for how you react and how you respond. And that's huge, my friends, because once you recognize and become more self-aware, and see, that's the thing, when people start to become more self-aware, they start to recognize how little control they've actually challenged themselves and how their emotions have been leading them most of their life. It's hard to look at those, what do they call those? Your demons, right? Your inner demons, those negative ideas, those, because see, a negativity or all that stuff that's considered a curse is just something you can't break through because you've never learned to control your emotions. And you go through life kind of just reacting based upon the information you receive, how your emotions are making you feel. But as soon as you decide to control your thoughts, you could decide, you know what? Instead of that information pulling me down, I'm going to look at that information and I'm going to recognize that I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be upset. In fact, I'm going to appreciate you more and I'm going to treat you with more confidence and positivity because what you think about comes about. What you focus on, my friends, it grows. It always grows. If you want to focus and oh, you did this to me, you said that to me, you said this to me, and then you start to give into that, you give them the power. You allow that individual or that information to pull you down to their level. Versus being the bigger person, the more confident person, the more positive person, the more courageous person, the more value driven, and putting more value on the fact that I recognize where you're at. I put it in perspective. I recognize where you're at. And not condescendingly, but how do you truly feel? If you feel condescending and you feel manipulative and you feel like you want to do it just to be hateful, then you got to work through that. You got to work through that because that ain't confidence. Confidence is knowing how to do what's right and doing what's right and following through. But you know, you guys, that right there, become more self-aware, become more conscious, because then you can control your mind. Your mind is a filter. It's a filter. When information comes in, it happens that fast. Boom, that fast. And it'll just make you feel and react a certain way versus I'm in control. I'm in control. Slow the information down. Slow the mind down. What's going on? What am I saying to myself? That's powerful, my friends. That is huge. Because once you gain the mastery over your emotions, then you have more control over your mind. You have more mind control. You're in charge. You're the captain of this right here. You're the one who is directing your thoughts, controlling your thoughts. You're not allowing outward circumstances, negativity, pull you down. Yes, it'll come in at times. You have to be the one who is aware and control how you react and how you respond to other people. But you know, you guys, I just wanted to share this video with you guys, and just got back from the gym over here at my house, and I'm like thinking to myself, I want to talk about how to control your mind, because I see so many people, you guys, who don't know how to react in life, who don't know how to act in life. They just they're always upset, they're always frustrated, they're always mad. They get, you know, they hate their jobs. You know, you see it, you guys, you can see it. And you have to learn how powerful it is to control your mind. How valuable your mind is an amazing tool. And you can use this tool to do all kinds of stuff in your life, to go places in your life, to do things with your life, to reach those goals, to follow through, to be more proactive, not reactive, proactive. You know, but if you're new here, you guys, to the channel, this YouTube channel, Ironclad Confidence, if you like the information you're receiving here, if you'd like to learn more about what this channel's about, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell if you guys want to see email follow-ups whenever we put out videos and content and information, and give it a thumbs up if you guys like it, you guys. But I'm always creating content. We do a podcast over at ironcladconfidence.com, and you know, always producing content, my friends. This blog, this channel, it's all personal development. It's all about your mind. It's all about marketing. It's all about business. It's all about success. It's all about strategy. But you know, you guys, I do thank you, and look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Thanks.